Culinary, guys. Why black folks love collard greens. You got anything to say for us, AB?
I'm just excited, bro. I'm just excited. I don't know much about collard greens.
I got a question, man. So, have you ever tried it before?
Fam, I just told you, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, this is my first time even hearing the name collard greens.
I thought you was in the States for like 3 years or 2 years, supposedly. Yeah,
I
that's what
mean,
he
yes, I
said.
was, but like, maybe okay. You know what? Yeah, maybe I could have tried it, but I just don't know it was collard greens.
I was there for 8 weeks and I tried it, bro. So, and you're there for years and you never thought to try collard
You know,
greens.
you know what, man. We're gonna get into the video. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Smash this like button. Let's go.
Have you ever wondered why Black people love collard greens so much? Well, today we're going to talk about it. And if you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemikehistory.com. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on my Patreon page, on my Buy Me Coffee, and in the description below. Also, give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and support the YouTube channel. But without further ado, let's get started. Collard greens are a dark green leafy vegetable that is popular around the globe for their taste and their high concentration of vitamins A, C, and K. Collard greens are some of the oldest members of the cabbage family, also known as the tree cabbage.
Okay.
Originating in the Eastern Mediterranean, the name collard is derived from colewort, which means the cabbage plant. Despite their name, collard greens do not grow tight heads like cabbages. Indeed, they are part of the cabbage family, but they're more closely similar to kale. Collard greens were made popular in Europe by the Greeks and the Romans. Ancient Greeks grew kale and collard greens together and made little distinction between the two. Historians are unsure on whether or not Romans discovered greens through the Greeks or if they started growing them independently. When the Romans went on their conquest of what is now the United Kingdom, they introduced collard greens to European diets around the 4th century BC.
Oh wow.
Their introduction to Africa, however, comes long before the transatlantic slave trade and became a dominant part of African people's diets, even to this day. Many countries in Africa, especially those in Eastern Africa, love the green leafy vegetable, which is known as sukuma wiki. Preparing the collard greens often involves boiling or steaming as they are served as accompaniments to either meat or fish. They can also be supportive ingredients in soups and stews or with other vegetables.
Okay,
African
it seems like it's quite versatile. You know, you could
Yeah.
use it for like different types of foods and stuff. You know, I don't know. Maybe I could have tried it. It's just that the name doesn't ring a bell.
You know what I like about it? It seems very healthy
Yes,
and
I mean,
nutritionist.
the thing is, Mike, anything that's green is normally healthy. You know, anything
Yeah.
that's plant based is normally good for you. So
Yeah.
not surprised. You know, yeah.
becoming a staple of European diets. Collard greens were brought to the Americas by European settlers in the 17th century. This happened during a period known as the Columbian Exchange, which is an historical event involving the transfer of various goods, animals, plants, people, and
Mm.
even diseases between Europe, West Africa, and the Americas. Collard
So,
greens
so it
were
came from Europe.
loved in the
That's
southern
mad.
part of the United States because
It came from Europe.
That's what the video says.
That's crazy, bro.
I don't. Did the video say this?
Yeah, they said it came from. Listening, G.
I mean, I'm listening, but like, I don't think I recognize the video saying it came directly from Europe, bro. So,
He literally
but
just.
let's just watch the video and you
greens
know.
were loved in the southern part of the United States because other plants struggled to grow during cold winter months. In fact, collard greens were so
Mm.
resilient that they could survive through all seasons, but they generally thrive from around January to April. When enslaved
Wow.
Africans were brought here to the United States, they didn't leave their culinary traditions behind. They brought along their traditions and the practices of cooking collard greens. While their oppressors may have consumed select foods,
Mm.
enslaved people were left with the leftovers, which included the harder stems of the collard greens.
Mm.
Despite these tough circumstances, the enslaved Africans showcased their creativity by transforming simple collard greens into flavorful meals. The classic recipe included simmering collard greens slowly in a pot of water until they became tender with either salt pork, ham hocks, or turkey necks to balance out the tough texture and the bitter taste of the greens.
Not gonna lie to you, Mike. When I look at it right here, yeah, this pic right here tells me this is absolutely delicious, bro. I
It
swear.
doesn't look nice though. You can't tell me that looks appealing, bro. That
I
looks
mean, like,
not.
okay, aesthetically, it's not the most,
That
it's not
that
the
don't
most
look great.
presentable. But like, who cares about how it looks, bro?
Me,
it's all about how it tastes. For me, it's all about how it tastes.
Like we always tell you guys, I'm Nigerian, and a lot of our food doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but it tastes goddamn good. So it doesn't matter, man.
Okay, let me ask you then. Okay. Let's say, for example, you got 2 plates of food. One is really, really nice, like aesthetically really, really nice, and the other one is not as nice, but it tastes great. Which one would you pick?
Whatever tastes the best, but I'm about flavor, spices.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, so it don't matter, man.
Aesthetics
is for Instagram.
Like, wait, why
eating's for my belly.
Why are you shouting? Like, calm down, man.
I'm not shouting.
You're gonna blow our viewers' ears off. Like,
it's for Insta, bro.
Far too loud. But yeah, ultimately, food is about how it tastes. Nobody cares about how it looks. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Or turkey necks to balance out the tough texture and the bitter taste of the greens. Food historian Michael Twitty would state that many culinary historians agree that the green craze in the South is supported by the spring greens among Celtic and Germanic Southerners, but it was really spearheaded by people of African descent. The greens were then served with homemade cornbread, and the practice involved dipping the bread into the broth.
Have you ever tried cornbread?
In the pot.
I think so.
Known as the pot liquor. The liquor is the leftover soup at the bottom of the pot that was created from the extended cooking process of leafy greens.
That's where all the flavors go from.
After the greens have been cooked thoroughly, the nutrients would often seep to the bottom of the pot. This is basically the liquor that is left in the bottom of the pot. According to Southern wisdom, the pot liquor will cure what ails you, and if nothing ails you, it will at least clean you out.
Oh wow! So it's like medicinal, basically. People could use it, for as medicine. So far, it seems like this collard greens is quite versatile, bro. Quite versatile, and anything that's versatile is gonna do really well.
The connection between collard greens clean you out. The connection between collard greens and African Americans is deeply rooted in historical and the cultural experience. The labor-intensive process of cooking collard greens involves cleaning, chopping, and slow simmering, often for hours, with ham hocks or smoked turkey to amplify the flavor. Reflects the strenuous hardships of African Americans and how they had to endure them throughout their history. This food preparation ritual is passed down through generations and is intertwined with stories of both struggle and success. Thus, the tradition of cooking and consuming collard greens has evolved beyond a cultural staple. Today stands as a symbol of both wealth and prosperity. This is especially true on New Year's Day dinners within the African American community. Collard greens is served with black-eyed peas and hog fat on New Year's Day and promises to bring good luck and financial reward. Hanging a fresh collard green leaf on your door is said to ward off evil spirits, and a fresh leaf placed on your forehead promises to cure headache. During
this thing is undefeated, man. It can protect you from evil spirits. It's healthy. It can do everything. Like this is like this. I don't know how to describe it. It's like super food, bro. It does everything, right?
Yeah.
I think Mike, we need to try it, bro.
We're gonna make it, bro.
We need to try it.
Do you think we can get collard greens in the UK?
I mean, why not? I think we should. Maybe we should make. You know what, Mike? I've got an idea, bro. Maybe we should make a video of us preparing collard greens. What do you think? I think that would make for a great video, Us cooking collard.
Do you think it'll be edible at the end of it?
I mean, that's a different conversation, but let us know, guys. Do you guys want us to you want to see us in the kitchen, chefing it up? Let us know in the comments.
We can make that happen.
Yep.
Promises to cure headache. During the Jim Crow period, many restaurants would not serve African Americans, and this led to them relying on home-cooked meals or food from Black-owned restaurants, creating what we now know as soul food. This kind of cuisine was filled with affordable, nutrient-rich ingredients like collard greens, cornbread, sweet potatoes, and pork. As it was a comfort food, it created a sense of community during tough times. Soul food became an integral part of the African American experience. Soul food also played a vital role in church gatherings in the Black community and helped spread the popularity of collard greens across the country. As a result of the awareness and appreciation, restaurants began to serve soul food classics like collard greens, pushing these flavors from niche family meals into the mainstream. During the Great Migration, numerous African Americans relocated from the agrarian South into more industrialized northern and western cities in pursuit of better jobs and a better quality of life. Amidst this unfamiliar territory and this new urban lifestyle came ready-made meals. But these African Americans carried with them their Southern traditions. Their culinary practice of eating and consuming collard greens made their way to their new homes and provided them with a nostalgic connection back to their Southern roots. It was like having a piece of Southern tradition in a new, unfamiliar place. During the Civil Rights Movement, food played an important part and went far beyond just keeping people fed. Soul food suppers, which served collard greens, were a significant part of the African American community, and they served two important roles. Firstly, they raised money for the Civil Rights Movement. Secondly, these food traditions kept a sense of culture and heritage alive during a stressful, challenging period. Adrian Miller, the author of Soul Food as a Culinary Creation, explains how food was able to create a strong sense of belonging. Dishes like collard greens and fried chicken helped create a
Fried chicken.
unified African
Love
American
it.
identity and was critical to the success of the Civil Rights Movement.
Mike, quick question for you, bro.
Let's go.
Do you think, because of what African Americans have been through, do you think that, you know, the fact that they love food, bro, you know, food is a big part of their culture. Do you think there's a correlation between what they've been through and why, you know, they love food so much? Like, you know.
So, what they did say, they would give like the African Americans the scraps, the bits that the white people didn't need. So
Yeah.
it made them so creative in trying to incorporate different flavors, different spices into their food. So they brought their soul into it. They're cooking with their soul, bro. The food means more to them. It means it's like a lifestyle. Like, so that's why I'm saying that the food probably would taste better, because they had to think on the spot. How can I make this taste better without the key ingredients? So yeah, that's
Yeah, so
I do agree.
so it made them more creative with
Yeah,
how they made their food, and also because you know the guy mentioned comforting. The food was very comforting and
comforting food. Yeah,
comforting.
because of the struggles they're going through. Is
Exactly.
like, I swear, Black Americans invented ice cream, right? I'm sure of that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
they're very smart, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, you know, so most definitely what they've been through, you know, the hardships definitely has some. I think there's a connection, you know, there with the food as well. You know.
However, some people did see collard greens in a negative light. They viewed them as a symbol of hardship and of the bitter history of enslavement. A number of educated African Americans thought the soul food, which included collard greens, was not healthy or nearly polished enough. They tried to distance themselves from the traditional food and aimed to adopt what they viewed as a more elevated eating habits. Despite this, during the Black Power movement in the early 70s,
I love the hair.
of these foods changed once again. As foods like collard greens were now being looked on as a form of protest against oppression. These foods were a way of celebrating African American culture and racial pride, despite the continual attempts to hold back and erase the African American historical experience. Views on collard greens have evolved a lot since the Civil Rights Movement and the Black Power movement. And even though the reputation of soul food being unhealthy has lingered, changes have started to happen in how these foods are being made. For example, traditional dishes like collard greens have begun to be slow cooked with healthier ingredients and less salt, and other methods like sauteing and stir frying were being used to try to keep the tradition alive while being considered more healthy. Today, collard greens have gained popularity due to their increasingly health-conscious individuals. They provide a high amount of vitamins A, C, and K, and fiber, as well as other minerals. Because of these beneficial nutrients, the African-American community in particular has started to recognize the healthiness of collard greens and try to highlight the nutrient-rich nature of the greens to shake off the negative opinion that surrounds soul food as a whole. Collard greens are.
I mean, with because I've heard some people have said soulful is not the most healthiest. For me, it's all about preparation, bro. Innit, Mike? Like it's all about
To
how
be
you
fair,
prepare the food, innit?
fried chicken and mac and cheese is not healthy, even though me and you, I know we love that shit. But
Yeah. But do you think? But do you think it can be healthier though?
it's hard. It's hard.
I believe there's a way to make chicken, that allows it to be healthy.
Fried chicken.
Yes, there's ways to make it healthy, bro.
Let us know.
I mean, chicken is a good source of protein.
Let us know in the comments how you can make fried chicken healthier.
There is a way, trust me.
Or mac and cheese.
One way I can think of right now is using air fryer. Air fryer will make it a lot
for fried chicken.
Yes, instead of frying it, you can use an air fryer, bro. It uses less oil. Because oil is one of the main reasons why fried chicken is not the most healthiest. If you use an air fryer, you just use the if you guys that have experience with preparing healthy foods, if you guys.
It's called fried chicken, bro. So that's just normal chicken now.
Yeah, but like, there's ways to do it more healthy, in my opinion. I believe
surrounds soul food as a whole. Collard greens are an essential part of soul food. It's a type of cuisine that originates directly from African American roots. From the Night Watch, which is an event that remembers the Emancipation Proclamation, to casual get-togethers, family gatherings, and other traditional holidays, collard greens continue to signify a symbol of African American history and heritage. Thank you, country boy.
Thank you
this
too.
This has been One Mic Black History. If you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. I'd like to thank all my Patreon subscribers.
Guys, go support his Patreon, man. I respect the grind. Respect the grind. What do you think, Mike?
I found it interesting, the Europe part.
Yeah.
Another take from it is that I didn't know it was this healthy. I didn't know you can put turkey and ham in it.
Yeah.
Also, the nutrients, the history of it. I loved the video, bro. What did you take from it?
I'm not gonna lie to you, prior to us doing this reaction, my expectations was quite low. Because I was thinking, how can a video on collard greens be interesting? But it was actually very, very interesting, bro. One thing that stood out for me is how versatile it is. You could make it, with different types of ingredients. You could even use it to like, you can use it to protect yourself against evil spirits.
Yeah, that's true.
This
was a very highly requested video in the comment section. At least 5-6 people said react to collard greens, so I knew specifically this video. I knew it was going to be a banger, man. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
And keep them coming. Keep the requests coming.
Come on.
It's gonna take a while because there's so many, but we're gonna get around, man.
Yeah.
And we only think that this many already within a month are coming through. So gotta thank our supporters every time.
Sure. But we really appreciate the support, guys. Make sure to subscribe. In the comments, let us know what other vids out there that you want us to check out. Let us know in the comments.